Hello YouTube. How are we doing today? How are you doing, chat? Is everyone doing? And by everyone I mean like probably one person right now. But if there's other people in the chat, like please, sure, please do tell me how are you doing. I am interested. Hello, streamer. We are still being held hostage. Who is holding you hostage? Like, like, yeah, holding chat hostage. Give work or to chat, no chat. uh, Fortunately, the good news is the Indian invasion in my Fiverr inbox has abated mostly. Unfortunately, the bad news is that it's not giving me new orders either. Also, don't know if it's your browser, YouTube, or just you being dumb, but suddenly all text on YouTube is in cursive. I don't see that on my screen. I don't see that on my screen, so it's not on my side at least. Also, I have a fan going on again in the background, so I hope the fan is not too loud or it's not too intrusive, because it's been hot here today again. It was like 30 degrees Celsius today, and 30 degrees Celsius is like, I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit. It was like 31 C to Fahrenheit. That's 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. That's how much we had today. That's about 31 degrees, 32 degrees Celsius. So it was like pretty hot today. So I have a fan going again. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of. We had 37. Crazy. You're a baked cat. Yeah, I bet you are. But also another good news is that like, since there are no orders for to write for Fiverr, I started actually writing the book that I talked about, the idea for the book that I talked about on previous streams. So it's currently saved under Anti-Dune. It's currently saved under that title. Like, I'm not doing my old mistake and like coming up with the title first, and then having nothing to show for the actual book. So I'm writing the actual book first, and if I get like a really good title idea, when the story like really shapes up, if I get a really good title idea, then I will give it a title, give it a proper title instead of Anti-Dune. So if it's the opposite of Dune, is it a basin? I guess it's a basin then. But you know, it's the title is supposed to invoke the working title is supposed to invoke the idea. Is supposed to invoke the idea that it's like it's supposed to be a subversion of many of the themes in Dune. Because Dune is it's the original Dune, at least, is a very interesting book. You know, it's a very good book. It's a very interesting book. But I do have on an ideological level, I have some opposition to Dune. Like, it's obviously a very good book, where it's very well written, with a very interesting characters, where the plot is interesting. But like on an ideological level, I have some opposition, because like the main character, the main hero, quote unquote, of the story, has been like basically crafted with eugenics. Like they call the whole Kwisatz Haderach thing. They made Paul Atreides. They made him to be what he is, because from like generations and generations of very controlled breeding. And there are prophecies about his role on planet Dune itself. the prophecies that were seeded in by the, what are they called, Bene Gesserit, the whole prophecies. And you know, at first you think, like, the first time you're reading Dune, you think it's like that, like it's a little, that it's a little bit like Morrowind, where the Imperials in Morrowind, they are using a prophecy that exists in Morrowind, in the province of Morrowind. They are using the prophecy of the return of the Nerevarine. They're using that prophecy, and they are inserting a dude into that role because they hope that this dude will fulfill that prophecy, and he will move Morrowind in the direction that they want. Because like Imperials don't like the role like a living god has in Morrowind. They're afraid that without like very special people like you're not Uriel Septim, like the Tiber Septim, without people like Tiber Septim who are like physical gods, they don't have any chance to like really stop Morrowind from going against them. So like they want to get rid of people like Vivek, Almalexia. So they orchestrate the fulfillment of the prophecy of the Nerevarine. So that it's you're not like, you're like, are you really fulfilling the prophecy in Morrowind? Like, are you really fulfilling the prophecy, or are you like just, or are you just a dude who is like, who is doing the prophecy on purpose in order to fulfill it, so that you can do whatever you want with the political situation in Morrowind, in Tamriel. You know, that's why Morrowind is still probably the best story in the Elder Scrolls, because of the nuance, the intrigue, the nuance of the whole plot of Morrowind. So when you first read Dune, you think that's what's going on in Dune 2. And maybe, maybe Dune inspired that too. Maybe Dune inspired that in Morrowind. That's another thing that could go into the video about Dune that is probably coming next week. Because it maybe coming next week, because like the poll right now is like very. The poll right now is like very even. Like currently the Dune idea is winning, but not by much. Like the game is being very choppy today. The Dune idea is currently winning, but not by much. Like it's like almost even. Like Dune. Last I checked, Dune was at like 32%. Then Goblins were at 30%. And then the epic mythic levels of D&D, that video was on like 29% last I checked. So anything can happen. It can shift, the vote can shift drastically in a few days left. And anyway, what I was talking about was how you think. Oh, I have a talent point I didn't spend. How you originally think when going through the original Dune, you originally think that it's like it's just fabricated. The whole prophecy is fabricated. That the Bene Gesserit, they spread that prophecy in order to. Oh, I didn't even notice this lady on the cross. The more people on the cross, like, how did I miss that before? Have I just not gone down this way out of the city? How did I not see this before? Like, I'm only now noticing this. It's crazy. Like the things that you notice suddenly after playing the game like multiple times already. Anyway. Yeah, it's crazy what these guys are suddenly doing here. So you think originally that this whole prophecy is just fabricated, you know? Oh, immediately loot. Okay. You think this whole prophecy is just fabricated, but then like you see that like people with actual prophetic abilities in there are people with actual prophetic abilities in Dune who were like it seems early on it seems like these prophetic abilities are just, you know, just calculation. Like it's not like actual prophecies. It's just people like the mentats who just have this very mathematical mind, who are trained, who are bred and trained to be like living computers. So you think at first that it's just mathematical predictions. They're just mathematical predictions of what people would do. But then like it goes on, and the more they do with those prophetic abilities, the more they do with those prophecies, those prophetic abilities, that oracular vision, like Paul's oracular vision, where it gets like so crazy detailed, so crazy accurate, that when he's blinded in Dune Messiah, when he's blinded in Dune Messiah, he is able to like completely. He's able to like completely replicate everything that's going on. He's by his prophetic vision, by his oracular vision. He's talking to Stilgar, and Stilgar sees that he's been blinded, and Stilgar freaks out. Stilgar is like, oh no, Usul, because they're calling him Usul. He's like, oh no, Usul, and he's freaking out because in the Fremen tradition, when you go blind, you have to like go into the desert. You have to go into the desert and like basically kill yourself in the desert. Basically kill yourself in the desert, because, you know, blind people are a burden on the society. That's the Fremen tradition. That's the Fremen culture. So when he sees that Paul has been blinded, he freaks out a little bit, because he thinks, oh no, this guy that I've come to really like respect, this guy that I've come to respect, this guy that I've known since he was basically a kid, he's now going to die. He's now going to have to do this terrible thing that our culture has trained us to do. But then Paul then describes to him what he's doing. Like Paul tells him, like, I can see like how you're holding your hand to your face. Like I can see every gesture you're making, because my oracular vision is so badass. I can literally see everything people are doing as they're doing it. Oh, I have to go down. And you know, when you get to that kind of level with your prophetic abilities, like you can't say that's just calculation. You can't say that's just calculation when you get to that kind of level, you know. I guess I might as well do this objective while I'm here. So, you know. Okay, there's a big one. Okay. So yeah, like there's like actual like magic, quote unquote, going on in Dune, and like actual prophecies. So, you know, when you like really get into that, when you get in like this prophesied future, like the golden path that's supposed to like set humanity on a path of progress, even if it has to go through some stasis first, you know. When you there's prophecies. There's prophecies. There is this like great like genetic Superman that they bred to be this like this great big savior, this great big hero. It Dune ends up looking like kind of conservative. And I don't mean it in a way like it favors bombing Palestine, and I mean it seems to present a world that like really like represents some of ideas that are like, you know, like somewhat in the like conservative milieu. And while it makes for a very interesting story, obviously, well, it makes for a very interesting story, and you like to follow the story of Paul, like where it's been, like what he's doing. Wow, like this, like I haven't even touched these guys. Like there were like three of these big Dread Knight guys here. I haven't even touched them, and this thing, the Touch of Death, it just ate them completely after it exploded from the one guy I targeted with it. So like that was pretty cool. It's like Dune ends up veering into like kind of a conservative setting, and I don't mean it in like a bad way. Now they wouldn't bomb Palestine to throw a worm at them. They would bomb it because like the Fremen go kind of crazy. That or a nuke, you never know what. But yeah, Fremen go kind of crazy in when you get into it. It's like that's the whole thing that Paul failed to control. That Paul failed to control the Fremen once they announced him as their god, their prophet. It's like they could do it, you know. But it's not about that. It's not about like the modern definition of conservatism. It's about, you know, like it sits on some very conservative ideas. What you know, what I would like to do with this idea, this book, like subvert some of the ideas of Dune. Like it's not going to be like genetic Superman who will save us, because like when you create something like these, when you use something like these eugenics, when you create something like that, it's not going to create a hero, it's not going to create a savior, it's going to create a tyrant.
I never thought I'd be throwing my lot in with this rabble, but here I am. Maybe I can organize these bandits into something that resembles an effective unit. At least
So you know that, so like the prophecies, eugenics, all that stuff. Like I want to subvert that kind of stuff. And I want to create a setting. Tyranny. Yeah, I think I heard about that. I don't think I played it. Yeah, I do enjoy playing bad guys occasionally. Like I do enjoy playing bad guys occasionally. I mean, me and Space Cat here. Like if anyone else is watching this right now, or like, you know, watching the VOD, me and Space Cat, we've played Baldur's Gate 3 together. We've played Baldur's Gate 3 together, and I played Dark Urge. And you know, I was kind of really evil. I was kind of really evil because, you know, I wanted to in just one playthrough try to be really evil and try to do some really weird shit. And because it's Dark Urge, he gets to do some, like, he or she, as the case may be, and because I was playing like a character from our RP, like a villain from our RP, as the Dark Urge. he or she can get some like really weird stuff. Like I ate the astral tadpole because, you know, just Dark Urge stuff.
Need more vigor.
Because Dark Urge is gotta be weird about stuff, of course. So yeah, I certainly enjoy. I certainly enjoy playing bad guys on occasion. Kind of really evil. Udurge went from unhinged to demented, and from alive to vampire to mind player. Yeah, don't forget the Haggai. Don't forget the Haggai. Like, she got the Haggai.
I don't have enough vigor.
I got the Haggai from Ethel. Have I been everywhere? It seems I have been everywhere. So I got the Haggai from Ethel first, and I've made the deal with Ethel, and then yeah, I was like chomping on the tadpoles, got the half mind player transformation, then also got the urge to. Also not got Astarion. First got Astarion to make me a vampire. Then I also got the half illithid transformation, which is, you know, which is like a violation of everything both vampires and mind flayers believe in. Like, mind flayers hate undead, and undead hate mind flayers. So this was like a violation of like literally everything. In Tyranny you play as a servant to a warmongering god, and you bring his word. But the thing is, the words usually like murder people when they read them, and you, the main character, survive like 4.
I continue the name, Johanna.
Well, a new Johanna. We found Johanna's armor, and now we got a new Johanna. So something happened to Johanna in here.
Your help shall not be forgotten. Before I can return to Zarbanzet.
So you can decide over the campaign how evil you are, how dedicated to the war god you are, and you get to do factions that actually can hate you.
I hope to see you again when you are next in Zarbanzet. Travel safe, friend.
But you know, yeah, as I was saying, like I certainly don't mind playing bad guys. I certainly don't mind playing bad guys. Johanna's namesake. And unfortunately not very helpful for me. But it's nice to have. Maybe on another character, like a paladin, I will actually wear this. So I certainly don't mind playing bad guys, but it's like... While Dune is certainly an interesting story, it feels like a little bit uncomfortably conservative, and I want to subvert the ideas of Dune. So you pick one of the two main factions, and at the end you can either proclaim victory for the war god, defy him and claim like kind of godhood, or just say, nah, I'm gonna be better, F you. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a dirge thing too. A little bit like the Dark Urge in Baldur's Gate 3.
I am out of vigor.
When you're at the Dark Urge in Baldur's Gate 3, you also have a choice to support or defy your father Baal. By the way, spoiler. I don't know if anyone still doesn't know that the Dark Urge in Baldur's Gate 3 is a Baal spawn. So you know, this book that I started writing now, Tyranny, is older, older than Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, because you know you were also a Darkspawn in Baldur's Gate 1. Because Baldur's Gate 1 was pretty old too. My dog, my obedient dog, is collecting all of the gold that they're dropping. Baldur's Gate 1 was pretty old. Like, Baldur's Gate 1 was made in like 2nd edition D&D era. Like, do you know how old 2nd edition is? Oop, chat disconnected. I had a message that chat disconnected. So I'm making sure that we are still streaming. Okay, because I had a message in the chat box. The chat disconnected. And successfully connected. Okay. There wasn't like a stream break at any point. Like, we gotta make sure that we don't have an issue with the actual stream. Yeah, what I was saying, because before I got disrupted by the chat messages. Like, did you say anything between older than Baldur's Gate 3 at least, and are we still streaming? Like, did you say anything between those two? Because I only got like the chat disconnected in that time. Oh, event joined. Okay.
Help us get out of here.
You are streaming? I think this is a chat problem, okay. Well, it like distracted my attention. Distracted my attention from what I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about the book I started writing. Like, I've written like 4 pages today, like a little over 4 pages. So it's like, it's not exactly like a huge amount yet, but I've actually started writing. But I've actually started writing, and I actually like where it's going. Like, I've started writing before, and even this year, started writing once before, and I just didn't like what it was doing. I can't tell you how much I wrote of like the first attempt. It was a completely different thing, a completely different story.
Take this, my friend. It's not much, but I hope it helps.
Maria. Was a completely different story what I was writing then, and I didn't like where it was going, so that one will never see the light of day. Chat disconnected again. Like, it's if you can hear me, If you can hear me, I was seeing chat disconnected again, and now successfully connected. So like something's weird going with the chat. Didn't I kill you before? It's a chat problem, not stream problem, okay. Well, I don't want to miss any messages. If you are typing messages, I don't want to miss any of those. Okay, where is this? Okay, more nightmare dungeon things that I will never use. I will absolutely never use. Dungeon cleared though, so I'll leave dungeon. And then we can probably continue with the main quest. There are so many story ideas you had wrote and then discarded. Yeah, I didn't even like have a big outline for what I was doing. Like I just the first thing, like it was like I wanted a message. I wanted to like say a certain message, and then I was like starting to make create like this this world for the story to take place, and I didn't like where it was going. Okay. It was like it's just bad. But this time, like I haven't written like any big outline for the story. I have like a very basic outline, like a couple of lines, which I wrote down as like where it's going, like immediately, where the story is going immediately. Like I have a pretty clear idea of how the first chapter is going to shape up. How chapter 1. I have a pretty clear. I've written like maybe a half of chapter 1. I've written down, and I have a pretty clear idea of where it's going, how the chapter is going to end. Then I have like a couple of lines written down for what chapter 2 is going to do. So I know what is chapter 1, I know what is chapter 2, but from then on I don't really have a huge outline of what's going to happen. Like I have a vague idea of like what the end of the story is, like where it's going in general, but the whole journey ahead of it, I'm going to let the story take me there. I'm going to let the story take me there slowly. But as I am writing, I am building like the story elements, the elements of this world that I'm creating. I will say it right now, it's sci-fi. Like it's mostly sci-fi. But I'm going to also delve into like fantasy-ish things. Like it's going to be like the kind of sci-fi like Star Wars. It's going to be this kind of sci-fi. Only, you know, it's going to involve Earth. It's going to involve like the known like stars and our galaxy, the known stars in our galaxy. It's going to involve the real, you know, space, unlike Star Wars. But it's going to be the kind of sci-fi as Star Wars, where it's like technically sci-fi, but it has a lot of fantasy elements in it. It's like fantasy, like not quite fantasy in space. Like it's very. There are like elements of the world that are inspired by modern society, by where modern society is. Like there are parts of it, and there are some like these. Some mental, I don't want to say mental issues because it gives the wrong idea. There are some like problems. There are some like problems that the main character right now has. There are some problems that he has that are like very like resonate very much with with modern society and with the issues of the modern society. That's what I will say before any of the story sees the light of day.
Do you feel that? Mephisto's touch is heavy here. All that hatred. It's just what we need to attune the Soul Stone, to make it ready for Lilith. I'm too old to climb, but you can get in and open the portcullis.
Thaisa said the Hauser isn't part of Sanctuary.
Did she? She could be right. Even the air feels laden with an otherworldly sort of magic.
What does it mean? Is it like actually like part of like a different creation somehow?
The fitful resting place of a Zakarum leader pursued by Mephisto. A group of holy paladins built the keep and entombed the body within. Looks abandoned now, though.
But yeah, right now I am pretty pumped for how this idea is shaping up, and I hope it's going to go well. And I hope I'm going to have everyone is a space Jesus until you write a space Satan. It's not gonna be that's gonna be a space Satan. I don't think I'm going to get into like Jesus or Satan stuff.
I'm low on vigor.
I'm not going to get into like religious stuff a lot. Like there's gonna be some like weird mystical stuff. There's gonna be some mystical stuff, like in a similar vein to Dune. But like don't expect gods. Don't expect real gods. Here. Like don't expect like real gods. But it might be like stuff that is like inspired by like real world religious issues. So there's gonna be some kind of priests who are like shepherding these prophecies in the world. There's gonna be these priests that are shepherding these prophecies, and because I want to subvert the ideas of Dune, either these prophecies will turn out to be like made up bullshit, or they will turn out to be inaccurate because it's not the real thing it's because you can't subvert them, you can't go against them. If you like have the right opportunities, the right time, the right person, like I'm trying to be vague. So that okay, a bunch of dungeons in here. It's like I'm trying to be vague so I don't spoil too much of what's going to happen. But that's the themes. That's the themes that you can expect to see. Like there's gonna be like magical elements, like semi-magical elements. There's gonna be like religious corruption, political corruption, definitely. Like the themes of like eugenics and what it really does to people. And you know, space travel, planets, this sort of stuff. We've seen werewolves in Hauser. So yeah, like those are like the themes, like like I'm not gonna go into like the details of the story, like what's gonna happen in this story, like, and even like the first chapter, because like I just wrote it down today, and I don't think I'm gonna be like rewriting things unless I just like maybe like rewrite a sentence or two. so that like to make it like clear up like some like grammar issues and stuff like that, but
I was a young man. I've lost the grit for it.
but yeah, I hope it goes well and it shapes up to be something good.
Else is here. Hatred persists. Strong enough to attune the soul stone.
And you know, like
Creation done to me.
Star Wars also has a lot of these prophetic elements. Like, you know, it doesn't really show any like prophecies.
Wrong with it.
It doesn't show any prophecies really, at least in the original trilogy. Like then in the prequel trilogy, then in the prequel trilogy, like they talk about the prophecy. They talk about the prophecy of the chosen one who's supposed to bring the balance to the Force. So like they get more prophetic in the prequel trilogy. And then the sequel trilogy has no idea what it wants to do with the world, what it wants to do with their approach to the world, to how the story is told, because it has two different directors in the different movies. And personally, out of the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, personally my favorite was The Last Jedi. And I know this might be unpopular, but like out of these three, I like the message of The Last Jedi the most, because you know, like how in The Force Awakens, as in episode 7, and I hope that I'm saying the titles right. In episode 7 in The Force Awakens, there is this whole mystery, like who are Rey's parents, because like they left her on Jakku, and told her to wait for them, and then they never returned. So like they're probably dead, you know. But then in episode 8 in The Last Jedi, then they reveal that her parents were actually no one important. And like the Last Jedi has this message by the end, when you see like this random cleaning boy who uses the Force to bring this broom. I think it was a broom, something like that, to bring this broom to him at the end. And the Last Jedi seems to have this message that the Force doesn't really care about like lineages like Skywalkers or Palpatines. Hello, this is chat testing messages. Yeah, I am seeing your message right now. Did you get disconnected from chat message now? The last message I saw from you before testing messages, the last message I saw was everyone is Space Jesus. That was the last message I saw from you. And I hope you were hearing me the whole time, because I was talking the whole time. About Star Wars. It didn't sound like 10. Okay. I hope you were at least hearing me, because I was talking about Star Wars the whole time. And I don't want to repeat myself, because I probably don't remember most of the stuff that I said in the past few minutes. So I wrote that Anakin and Paul were Space Jesuses, though Anakin a bit more of a chosen one. You heard you, but I couldn't react. Yeah, that's annoying. Anakin is a bit more of a chosen one, yeah. And like Paul is more of Space Muhammad. Paul is more of a Space Muhammad than Jesus. Because Frank Herbert like goes very hard on the like Arabic themes, Quranic themes. He goes very hard on that, because he was apparently like the big fan of the big Orientalist. He was a big Orientalist. He was very big into Middle Eastern culture. So like Paul is more of a Muhammad than Jesus really. except Paul never screwed a 9-year-old, so he's got that over Muhammad. So the Last Jedi tells you that like the Force doesn't have to follow these lineages, Skywalkers, Palpatines. Like, it doesn't have to do that. You don't have to come from a special bloodline to use the Force. And you know, I like this message. It was certainly Mocha mad. It was mad. So that you didn't have to come from these special lineages to use the Force, to be great at using the Force. And you know, I like that message. But then, of course, the director of The Last Jedi, I forget which director was which, I forget. But the director of The Last Jedi, then he gets outed, and then the director from The Force Awakens comes back, and he like reverts completely everything the previous guy did. Like, he reverts completely everything the previous guy did, and he like goes, actually it turns out she's a Palpatine. Actually, it turns out her father was a clone of Palpatine's. It like completely undermines the message of the previous movie. It's like these two directors that are fighting each other over the message they wanting to tell. And that's like the worst part of the sequel trilogy. But I actually liked the message of The Last Jedi. Sure, The Last Jedi had a lot of different issues. Like, The Last Jedi felt like an episode of a long-running TV show instead of a central movie in a trilogy. It felt too much like just an episode, because there was like Finn goes off with the Korean lady. Finn goes off with the Korean lady whose name I forgot. He goes off with her on a side quest on this casino planet, and then they go on a side quest inside that side quest to free these animals on the casino planet. And like, it's, what the hell are they doing there?
Materials, quicksilver to start, and tools, alchemical tools. There's a village.
So like, there was Last Jedi had a lot of problems. Last Jedi had a lot of problems, but I like the message that it tells you at the end. I like that more than any message from any previous Star Wars movie. Like, the original trilogy, they went all MMO maybe. The original trilogy. The original trilogy is all about it's the hero's journey. It's the stereotypical hero's journey. The stereotypical hero's journey. Okay, this is apparently not a dungeon. Goes through the stereotypical hero's journey, and that's a part of what made the original movie so popular, because it had these very, very archetypal ideas, you know. That these very archetypal ideas that really like resonated with people. But in the end, it's a very, very, like, I don't want to say conservative again, but it's the Star Wars does also go heavy into these prophecies and like these very special people who are like bred for generations. Original trilogy messages that it's okay to kiss your brother as long as you don't know it's your brother. I mean, if you don't know it's your brother, like, can you blame her? Like, she just wanted to make Han jealous, really. That's really what was happening there. And the other quest is here, so I might do that next. 1 skill point, okay. And yeah. So I wish more fiction like gave you more of a sense that you don't need to come from a special lineage, specially bred lineage to to be someone important, like, because you don't need to be. Like, it really, you really don't need to be in real life. Like, you want to know what special lineages really end up like in the real world? You want to know what they really end up looking like? Check out the Habsburgs. Like, check out how the Habsburgs, in the end, because they wanted to be a special lineage, they wanted to preserve their family blood, the Habsburgs ended up like so inbred. They're like the last Habsburg emperors. The last Habsburg emperors were like just straight up deformed. Straight up deformed, and like they had like mental issues, mental and physical issues. Like you want to see like what special lineages end up like? Check out the first Roman emperors. For like 100 years, for like 100 or 150 years, the Roman emperors were adopting and choosing as the next emperor someone who wasn't related to them. Like they were, it was probably a part of inspiration for the Targaryens. The Habsburgs were probably the inspiration for the Targaryens in that part. Like, check out like the first Roman emperors too. For like 100 and 150 years, the emperors were choosing their adopting and choosing like a person unrelated to them. And as long as they were choosing a person who was unrelated to them, the Roman Empire was doing well. Then Mark Aurelius, sorry, different Mark. Then Marcus Aurelius goes off and he names his biological son Commodus, names the next emperor. And that's where shit starts to really go wrong. Like, Commodus was... I don't want to diagnose people who are long dead, but Commodus was probably a narcissistic sociopath. Like, have you seen like how Commodus...
My bag.
Oh, my bags are full. I was about to check. Like, have you seen like how Commodus made people make him statues of him as Hercules, like with the club and the lion skin? And I'm going to guess he was not even nearly as buff as the statues of him as Heracles were. Like, what's even crazier, Commodus decided to rename the months of the calendar in his name. Not like one month of the calendar, no. That's too normal, that's too standard for Commodus. No, Commodus decided to rename all the months of the calendar in his name. Mutiny Destroyer, like these names, come on. Commodus decided to rename all the months in his name. Because like, this is like a narcissistic sociopath level. Like, Commodus was like the ancient Roman Donald Trump. Augustus is your birth month. But like July and August were named July and August were named after emperors, but they weren't named by these emperors. Like, this dude tried to stab me in the back and he killed himself by it. That's what I love about it. That's one of my favorite play styles. Stop hitting yourself. But yeah, like, Commodus completely crazy, and that's what happens when what's happened when the Roman emperors stopped naming the capable people and started naming their biological children. The next emperor. So like that's what happens with special lineages. Like check any. Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen screenshots of that one. The chest that gives me 10,000 thorns. And so like, if I get that, I might take it. If I get that item, I might take it just because it's funny. Find Lorath and Myrel. Okay, I'm just gonna go around and try to find them. Oh, there they are. In the center, right in the middle of it. Who knew?
He must have thought he had no choice.
Neither do we.
Okay. But like, check out basically any royal dynasty. Okay. Like it happens all the time. Like anytime you check out one thing, gorilla skills can scale up thorns. Okay. But like, check out basically any dynasty, basically any royal dynasty in history, and you will see just how special lineages really go in real life. So like that's what really happens. Even if you make like some selective breeding where you like very carefully select people to be the rulers and then like breed these people together, like there is no guarantee they will inherit any of the talents of their parents, or there is no guarantee that they will not turn out completely fucking crazy. That's what really happens in the real world with special lineages. You don't get Luke Skywalker, you don't get Paul Atreides, you get what's the Mad King's name? Aerys. You get Aerys Targaryen. That's what you really get from special lineages in the real world.
Another set of eyes, at last. We've been searching for Timberlake with success.
So like I guess I'm on George Martin's side when it comes to special lineages and what I really think what they can really do. And like the way this book is shaping right now, like it has a lot to say about where the current world is going. Like it is a lot to say about how the world is shaping up right now, and where we are going, and where we are going right now, and what the world is going to look like, what the universe is going to look like if we don't change things.
Do you think Elias knew Taisa before
It does use a bit of a few elements of the other idea that I had
Many things I wish I did.
about of the other idea that I had that didn't materialize into anything major. So I guess I kind of like merged these two together. Like the other idea besides anti-Dune. Oh, there we go. That was a very suspiciously shaped groove in the terrain, which, you know, was kind of very telling.
Only two kinds of people come looking for old teamwork. Those running away.
Like the other idea
And
was
which kind are you, I wonder?
what did I call it then? The architects of fear. Like you might know, Space Cat, you might know, you might not know. You might not remember what the idea was, but it was an idea that I talked about briefly, like Architects of Fear. Like it merges some of the ideas from Architects of Fear, but in a more like outer space setting, with with the ideas of anti-Dune, and it like creates a world that like really shows like where I think we're going and what's going to happen to humanity, to society altogether, if we don't change things.
We think a lot
There
of
are
people want
aliens.
to become immortal.
There are aliens, but it's not gonna be like Star Wars. We'll just get these very colorful aliens left and right.
No intention of dying.
The alien side is going to be really subtle
That's the
in
way
this
it
one. Like
always
it's going to be
is.
really subtle.
Go back
Because I want to focus on the story of humanity, where we are going as humanity.
Driven so mad, it killed her.
And like the position and role of aliens in the story.
If this Elias made a pact, it was with the Tree of Whispers. There are many paths to reach it, but the nearest is in Ingovani. A sacred incense is kept in the temple there. Retrieve it, and your path to the tree begins.
You recall something? Okay, cool.
Go to Giovanni. Narelle and I will see if we can get some more information out of Timor.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was loot. But yeah. Come on, Gabe. Come on. Okay. Like there are aliens, but they fulfill. The aliens in this story, like they fulfill a role in the story. Like they're not there to provide like character creation. They're not there to provide options for character creation. They're there to have a role in the story, to tell us something about where humanity is going, what humanity is doing in the future. That's the role of the aliens in the story. And I want to go pretty hard sci-fi on the aliens. I want to go pretty hard sci-fi, but I might do the side quest first because it's like in nearby. I want to get to a pretty hard sci-fi on the aliens, so like to not make them like humans with rubber foreheads. Like not too hard sci-fi, because I have this idea. I have this idea that lithoids, we'll see, but like I have this idea that like there is a reason why we are the way we are as humans. Like there is a reason why we are walking on two legs, with a head, with two arms. There is a reason why we are like that, because this body plan is actually pretty good for intelligent creatures. And like maybe it's not like the best body plan for intelligent creatures, but it shaped up this way because like the nature, it was like the best way to get there, to get to the intelligence. Because it was like the best way to get to intelligence. Because we needed to, like there is a reason why humans are the way they are, you know? Like there is a reason for that. Because you know, like when we used to be like apes or rats before we were apes, rat-like, simple rat-like mammals. When it used to be like that, like we needed the hands free. Too bad intelligence is highly questionable. Well, you know what I mean. Well, we needed our hands free to be able to make tools, and we need the tools. We needed to be able to make the tools to really advance in intelligence. So, like, we needed the hands free, so we needed to stand up. So we needed to stand up from the ground and stand up on two legs. We needed those opposable thumbs, and like the head being where it is on the body. Like the head also needed to be where it is. You Aneta? Yes. You must be. So like there is a reason why we are shaped the way we are. So I have this theory that if we find aliens out in space, I think it is likely that these aliens will be roughly humanoid in shape. Because this shape is actually pretty good for intelligent creatures.
Only when meddled with by well-meaning but ignorant visitors. Have the voices quieted, Anita? Can you understand them yet?
So I'm gonna have some aliens who are there to tell a story. Who are there to tell a story and who will look roughly humanoid. Will look roughly humanoid, though not too humanoid. Probably not humanoid enough that they could be played by a guy in a suit. They probably couldn't be played by a guy in a suit. Like if it was a movie, they'd probably have to be CGI. Or like a puppet.
It is ancient magic that should calm her blood. It will be painful, Anita. I hope you are prepared to pay the price.
Like I think it's an important thing. Like when you are writing a novel, like when you're writing a book,
Go and gather 4 bloated livers from
I think it is important to
Worry not. I will take
to realize that you are not writing an RPG. That you are not writing a TTRPG. That you are writing a different thing. It has to look different. And you have to design
Once you're done, meet me in the hidden
the
space
world
here.
for it differently. Like because when you're writing a book,
Your question shows a
when you're
profound
writing a
ignorance
book,
of this
when you're
place.
writing a novel,
You cannot be led to
like you
the
want to
truth.
tell a
It
story.
reveals
You
itself
want to
only
say
to those it considers worthy.
say a
Then
certain
I cannot
message.
speak to it without its permission.
So we have to design things differently. So you have to remember you are not designing. Hello humans, this is Elmo. Elmo has came to conquer your planet. Do not resist Elmo. Reaction to puppets. Like you know, like I was thinking like Yoda in the original trilogy. Like Yoda was like a puppet. They were. That was by the way, Elmo is a muppet, not a puppet. Is a muppet.
I am a witch, a servant of the Tree of Whispers, and by extension, all of Hawazar. I was called as a child, the same as Anita. Some are called, and some are given. Regardless, it is our destiny to protect this place.
So like I was starting to say that like you have to like remember what you are designing for. Like okay, the game is suddenly very choppy again. Okay, what is happening? What is happening, game? You okay?
Over here.
What is happening, game? Okay.
Don't judge Goliath too harshly. She's been good to me. Teaching me ways to heal I never would have found them.
A random guy just pops up and hits me. Like there wasn't even like a stack of enemies anywhere nearby. Just the guy just pops up. I see the blue guys. I see them. And what I was saying also was trying to say was that like you are when you are writing a novel, you are trying to send like some kind of message. You're trying to say something, and that is why I find Death of the Author to be just absolutely one of the absolute dumbest literary theories. That like everyone seems to subscribe to it because they think it's about empowering the reader to make their own conclusions. Like that's not what it ends up doing. What it ends up doing what Death of the Author ends up really doing is doing stuff like the following, Starship Troopers get from genuine fascists, who don't realize that the story is making fun of them.
It hasn't been easy exactly, but she expects me
That's
to
what
accomplish things.
Death of the Author leads you to. Like, in case anybody, like somebody watching this doesn't know what Death of the Author is, like, it's the literary theory that when you are reading a book, or like taking any work of fiction, you're taking any work of fiction, you should take it as if the author was dead, even if he isn't yet. You should take it as if the author was dead, because like you shouldn't be thinking like what the author wanted to say. You should be taking the message that you want to hear.
It was a gift from my mother.
Should be taking the message that you want to hear. And I find it like absolutely like the dumbest possible literary theory, because you absolutely should consider what the author was trying to tell you, because I firmly believe that writing is a form of communication. Writing is a form of communication. You're thinking about all the smut books. Well, in the case of smut books, the thing that the writer was trying to tell you, the thing that the author was trying to tell you was, this is my fetish.
I hope this
Yeah, that's what the author was trying to say. This is my fetish, in the case of the smut books. But you know, like, you absolutely should not be pretending the author is dead. Like, even if the author is dead, you should be considering what the author was trying to say, because writing is a form of communication. It's communication. The author wants to tell you something. The author wants to tell you something, and if the message the author was trying to send and the message you are getting are different, then one of you has failed. Either the author failed to convey the message properly, or you failed at understanding what the book was about. And I find that people who came up with the Death of the Author theory must have just not liked what the author was actually trying to tell them.
Anita, place the lips
They
on the
there
book.
must have been like some book
When you are
that the book was about,
ready
like,
to begin.
for example, the book was, well, fascism is bad, but they actually liked fascism. Well, they actually liked fascism, and they went like, well, I don't like that the author was trying to tell me that fascism is bad, so I'm gonna pretend that the author was actually saying that fascism is good. I'm gonna pretend that's what they were trying to say, and I'm gonna call it like reader empowerment. Like, that's bullshit. Like, the whole thing, the whole theory is just complete bullshit. Like there's no reader empowerment in that. It's just, you know, it's just people who fail at reading comprehension. That's all it is. Failure at reading comprehension, or failure at writing, or sending the message properly. I do think that in the case of Starship Troopers, that there's a little bit of that failure to send the message properly. Because the author of Starship Troopers, like, he was trying to make fun of fascists, but he accidentally made them look a little bit too cool. So it attracted the fascists. So I think he failed at sending the message properly a little bit. I know this is like very unpopular opinion, what I'm saying about the death of the author. Very unpopular opinion in like literary circles.
Anita, drink as much as you can.
But I don't care. I don't care if it's an unpopular opinion. I just find it to be really dumb.
They engage in dark heresy.
No, that's a different game. This woman, I hate her so much. I hate this woman so much. You think your book will send something between I like to, okay, and if you want to do something properly, do it yourself. Also, brainwashing bad.
Soul belongs to the
Okay.
demons now. Kill them all.
Can we now kill her?
Fault. You birthed that cursed creature. These deaths are on your head.
You know, this is better. This is better than me killing her. Don't stop her. Don't stop him. Like, she would have actually learned the lesson. What happens when you like rile people up like this? They're gonna turn on you eventually. That's what happens. That's what you get. That's what you get for playing to this kind of obscurantism. That's what I'm. Okay, that's just a bunch of wargs just sitting outside. So yeah, turns out there are absolutely are wolves and howazar. So Donan didn't know what he was talking about. Strider's crown.
Damn it! Stop fighting me! I can hear.
Don't you dare touch me. This.
Just let her die. If she really wants to die so badly, let her.
Mother, listen!
Let her die. Like she wouldn't. Like she literally tried to kill you multiple. She wouldn't have done the same for you. Like let her fucking die. Convulses and dies. Good riddance. Good riddance. She didn't deserve you.
It's not fair! I just wanted to help her.
Anita.
She clearly didn't want to be
Don't
helped.
demand anyone's help.
Nothing I did ever changed how she saw me. I was just a cursed child to her. All the way to the end.
My dear, you cannot save anyone who refuses change. Your mother decided who she was long before you were born.
The voices. They're finally quiet. It's time for me to go.
You know, I'm suddenly like so invested with the story of Hawazar. Like I'm suddenly so invested into everything going on here because like the story with the, oh my, this band is just popping out of the ground, just screaming at the top of their lungs at me. Like the whole story with Aneta and her mother, and then like they drop these lines like at first like when
Anita's already gone.
when the other lady like she drops this line that
She left you
Hawazar isn't part of Sanctuary. Like you think that she's just being like metaphorical, but then you actually have a chance to bring this up to Donan, and like, and they say that like it feels different.
I wasn't able to say goodbye. The chorus of voices called to me, and I had to ask. I asked
like,
Goliath to return my
feels
mother
different.
to Zardbin said. She only protested a little. I don't know how to thank you enough.
So it's like,
You protected me.
is Hawazar
Every barrel
like
of
actually not
from danger.
originally part of Sanctuary?
I promise promise
Like,
not to
is it
waste
like
this
from one
chance
of the
with
other
anyone.
creations
I
that
know
just
it's
like
not
kind of
much,
landed
but I want you to take
on
this as a
Sanctuary?
gift.
Because
Truly,
not many people know this.
thank you.
I feel like not many people know this, not many people realize this. But like there are other worlds. Tragul made it. Like, but there are other worlds. There are other worlds in the Diablo universe, and these other worlds were made by the angels and demons previously when they held the World Stone. Because the World Stone used to rest in the Pandemonium Fortress. That's where it used to rest. And whoever held the stone, the World Stone, which was like the Eye of Anu, I think they called it. And it's unclear if it was actually the Eye of Anu or if it's just what they called it. But it was like it had a piece of Anu's power, of Anu's creative power to create worlds. So when angels and demons, when they held the World Stone at different points in time, they created these different worlds. But then, because only one side created these worlds were lacking, and they were like half formed, half broken. These worlds were lacking. So, and they didn't realize this, that they needed the cooperation of both sides to create something more stable. So they kept abandoning these half-made worlds, and then the other side took the stone and they created their version of a world. And like these worlds were supposedly like abandoned, like left because they were unstable. So like they might be completely destroyed, or it might be that like there is some piece of those other abandoned worlds somewhere out there in the Diablo universe. And in our RPG we have actually used those a little bit, a tiny little bit. We haven't used them a lot. Because it wasn't very relevant to the stories we were telling, but they showed up a little bit as a story element. So like last stream I was talking about the stuff I added for Warcraft. They are more talking about the stuff I added to Diablo, which is more relevant because it's actually a Diablo stream, not a Warcraft stream.
The cultists who infest this area believe that through rituals and sacrifice they can be reborn.
So I'm wondering, like maybe Hawazar was like one of those failed creations that like smashed into Sanctuary.
Perhaps an alchemical process.
Maybe I will find out very
There's a
soon.
powerful Nangari necromancer who lives in the fens. Bring me the necrotic flesh of one of her minions and samples.
So are these Nangari like intelligent? Like I thought they were like these like barely like sentient demons. Okay, where is this leading me? Nearby to the other side quest. Okay, I guess we're doing that. Or are you like, or was that Tragul made it? Was that a spoiler? Was that like, is that actually what happened? There is a Nangari that talks, so probably. Okay, didn't know that. Like, thought they were like pretty feral from everything we've seen of them so far. So due to the significance of Tragul in this area, you think he made it. Okay, was your theory. So it's not explained. So it's not explained why it's like different. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Hawazar used to be a part of one of these other worlds that angels and demons created. Is there something else I need to know? That was everything. Not in the main quest, okay. Okay, and she respawned. So I should probably get out of this place. Return to Goliath, okay. I might do the other side quest, or... no, I'm gonna do this first. If it is explained somewhere in here, we'll see. If it's not explained, I'm gonna keep to my theory that it was one of those other worlds originally. You know, like I do want, it's very unlikely, but I do want Diablo IV or like Diablo V someday maybe, like to eventually like go in the proper mainline Diablo game, to go into these islands, these lands that Diablo Immortal invented. Okay, that's a lot of fire.
Not ready yet.
I want them to go into those areas because those areas were like added into Sanctuary. Like we have no idea where they really are on the map. We have no idea how they fit the rest of the world. And I want the main games to go into those areas to like properly like fit them into everything, so we know how they fit together. Because if you don't do that, I might have to make it up myself. And then I make it up, and then Blizzard makes it up again. Like I'm afraid that if I make it up, another quest. Oh,
To
okay.
be thorough, we should test it on both cultists and non-cultists. There are many bandits in this area. Find some, add it to their food, and observe the results. Repeat the experiment with the cultists south of here. Return to me with the results.
Okay. And what is this? Oh, I need to pick up the poison. Bandit camp, alright. Like, I'm afraid that, like, if I explain where these places really are on the map, if I add them on the map, they're like 2 months later, Blizzard adds them to the map. Because, you know, that keeps happening to me. Hence the jokes about the Blizzard lurker. But now if it keeps going, like we're going to do more Diablo stuff eventually in our game, so I might have to do it and add them to the world map or in our version. And then I'm convinced that like 2 months after I add them to the map, Blizzard adds them to the map. Hide near the cook pot, okay. Yeah, I'm look at me hiding. Like I'm hiding so well. I'm just sitting in plain sight. I'm so good at hiding. That's one way to get it here. But you know, if I add it to our world map, and then Blizzard adds it to their world map like 2 months later, as they do repeatedly, then I'd have to think what I want to do about it. Like, do I want to change it? Do I want to put it back do I want to put it back how Blizzard did it, or do I want to stick to my version? Usually I tend to stick to my version, but then, like, you know, but then it feels weird that it exists in canon now too, but it's like slightly different. You know, like what ended up happening. What is this? Just randomly legendary gloves and a random like crate, a random barrel in the middle of nowhere. Thorn's damage dealt has a 48% chance to deal damage to all enemies around you and my minions. I don't think this is better. Fire damage multiplier, resistance to elements, resource cost reduction. I don't think this is better. Like, it's interesting, but I don't think it's better. It is like much higher level though. But it doesn't have the life on hit. Like, you tell me, like, chat, you tell me which of these gloves is better. Tell me, like, old gloves or new gloves. Tell me which one of these is better. Not really better. Okay, so I'm sticking to my old gloves, which are like 20 levels below my current level. Cultist camp. Instead of cultist camp, I found maggot camp. Okay. Hide near the Koopa. Look, I'm gonna hide, so no, I'm hiding a little bit better. At least I hid like behind some bushes. Like, I'm still pretty visible. Like, I'm still pretty sure that they should be able to see me still. Okay, that was certainly a reaction. Okay, we're getting out of here now. But I am also enjoying my demon dragon horse thing. Really fun to look at. Like, you know, I know that nobody watches the streams. Like, very few people like tune into the streams. How many people have we had today so far? 19 views, so it's not bad for my streams. 19 views total is not bad. It's still like probably just Space Cat here. These guys keep coming back. It's probably just Space Cat, still just Space Cat watching the whole stream from top to bottom, and nobody else watching everything. And there's like slightly more people watching the stream on occasion.
Perhaps those fanatics will yet find a way. But for now, at least, there are fewer of them causing problems.
The Forgotten Races of 4th edition video was also not doing badly. Strider's Crown. Okay. Some people might just listen in a bit and just pass the time. Yeah, you do it all the time too. Yeah. What do we do next? Do we do this? Fine, we'll do that. Why are there no more of these? There are like very few waypoints in this zone so far. I feel like there should be more waypoints. Maybe I'm just missing all the waypoints because I'm like managing to walk completely around all of them. Oh, gold. But I think we had some like topics. We had some interesting topics today. Not finished yet. I'm not finished with the stream yet. Far from it. So we should be able to find, you know, more topics to talk about. I'd see them on the map. Okay. You were looking. Stronghold nearby.
No.
What happened here?
Beralt, our highest priority is the rescue of our brothers and sisters. Once they are safe, clear any heretics from the ruins beyond. Be wary. There is something
But no, there's like 2 or 3. Okay. I guess I might as well do the stronghold. Might as well do the stronghold if we're already here. You're enjoying a new game, Soul Mask. Okay. And I keep pressing J when I mean to press I. Another crafting survival. Okay, but this time with magic masks that turn you into Egyptian gods.
Something rots.
Well, if you have to do crafting survival, I guess it's something. But I might skip that one. I might skip that one. What happened here?
That must be here for a reason. We should see if there are more like it.
Like, if you didn't notice, these days I play very few video games, and I play very few video games, and what I play like in a very dedicated fashion. Like, for the last couple of months, you have seen literally every moment, almost every moment I have played a video game. With the exception of like when I log into the game, and then after the stream when I log out. With the exception of these like seconds, you have seen every moment of video game play. You have seen virtually every moment of me playing video games for the last couple of months. Because it looks good and it has the right vibes of Stark after Mass Effect. You know, I might have... You know, I'm hearing so much about Zero Space. I might have to check it out more. I might have to check it out more because...
Tracked and observed the madmen at Ingavani.
I might have to check it out more.
Cultists learn to live among the snakes.
But like so far, I've been like frustrated. I've been frustrated by Zero Space because there is another game coming out soon that is called Zero Command, and it's like a Star Wars XCOM, and I keep waiting for that one. So I see Zero Space, and I think it's Zero Command, and end up just frustrated it's not the game that I thought it was. But I might have to actually like look it up. Like, okay, so I can't proceed in there. Find and destroy the serpent's eyes, but like, I'm trying. There's not that much we can do here right now. I've been like everywhere I could find, and I can't find more of these serpent eyes. Watch some local videos and it does look very fun. Okay. Okay. So I guess I will have to check it out. I probably won't be able to buy it, because though I had like a few bucks, I have earned a few bucks from Fiverr. Like, it wasn't that much. Like it puts me in the green. Like, it puts me in the green, for like this very recent short period of time, it puts me in the green, but it's not like that much. It's not a lot. Okay, like where do I find more of these like serpent eyes? I can't get into that whole section, and I've been throughout this whole place a lot. Like, what do you want me to do more, game? Like, do I actually do something about this thing? No, I can't. I literally can't do anything here. So, like, what do you want me to do, game? Just wait for them to respawn? Is that what you want me to do? Feels a little bit confusing. Oh no, there are these shrines. Like, I haven't seen any more of those. Have I just went into a building and then not clicked on them? Can I go into this building? No, I can't. In here? No. Here anywhere? No? No, doesn't look like it. It looks like it has an entrance, but I can't go in here. No, not here. Not here. In World of Warcraft, you would be able to go into all of these. Like, there would be nothing in there. Just a very small claustrophobic space, but you would be able to go into them. Come on, game, I'm trying to click on things. Okay, like where else? Like where else I could go that I missed? This is the way out. What else am I missing? Where else can I go? Here? Oh yeah, I missed that too. Okay. So yeah, like I might not be able to actually, you know, buy and play the game myself, but I'll survive the cultist onslaught. Okay. That should be easy. At least on my level of difficulty. Didn't I just kill you? I'm sure I owe you something for the map. That map is like very basic right now, so you don't owe me a whole lot now. And I think we've talked about that. We've talked about what you're going to owe me. So like, I better hope that your stuff comes out well. Prepayment. I mean, I'm taking donations right now, but I'm not taking advance payments or on anything. Level 65. Okay, good. What do I spend? Can I quickly spend? Yes, I can quickly spend points. I should actually, when I have a moment, without any enemies attacking me. I should actually like respect those like 2 points. You donate a game, okay? We will see how that should play. But I should now respect like these 2 points that I'm not using. Yeah, okay. Okay. Is the big boss here? Oh, this is like doing a lot. Well, he died anyway. What was that one? Another weapon that is legendary. What is it? The vigor on kill, weapon damage, lucky hit, up to 50% chance to restore +6 primary resource. Close enemies or those you deal indirect damage to are slowed by 124% for 3 seconds. That would work well with the other legendary I have, which is this one. That would work well with this legendary, but overall I think it's not better than this item. Than the stuff I already have. So I'm gonna like dismantle stuff again. Probably not gonna look up Zero Space today, because it's gonna be late when I finish. So probably not gonna look it up today, but I will look it up. I have taken the wrong fucking way to get here.
Can still use these.
The unique stuff will beat pretty much anything until max level, alright?
There's that.
This might be good, but not for me right now.
I can break that down.
Like this stuff would work pretty nice with the other thing, but this stuff I have is too good. I did get the aspect, so I can like reuse it on another item sometime. I could even, like, if I get like a chest item that is like on my, I have level 62 chest item, so I could like put that legend, but it's probably not, it won't work on a chest item, only on like a weapon. I'll check it out. Can I put like imprint the aspect from that thing? Forest power, no. Gorilla skill, good one, no. No. Block transplant resolve stack. So yeah, I can't put that on this. So yeah, we're gonna do that. It's not, the stronghold is not nearby. I am in the stronghold. Okay. Okay. I sense boss. Yep. Yep, just left click him to death. Okay. Nothing crazy good. Nope. Okay, rekindle the Wanderer's Shrine, which is where in this one? Yeah, up there in the front. I think I see the icon. Okay, and I don't think I'm gonna be picking up the side quest because I've done enough side quests for today. I will continue with the main quest now. And the closest, and I also got this. And the next main quest is here, so we're going there. And I conquered a stronghold in each of the regions of Estuar of the base game. Because Nahantu is also an Estuar, but it also in Estuar, but I have not conquered any strongholds in there yet. I assume there are strongholds in Nahantu. Reach of Adulation, like that's a zone name for sure. The Reach of Adulation. Some of the names in this game, man. Find the town of Ingvani and break every breakable thing on the way there. Usually 2, yeah? And the town of Ingvani. So I guess there will be more strongholds, more achievements for conquering strongholds over there too. The gold is just exploding out of people now. Well, people. Like, do they count as people? Like, we've talked that like they might be like intelligent. Like, but do they count as people? Like, is being intelligent enough to count as people? Are all people intelligent? Those are some, like, you know, big, important, hard-hitting questions. Come on, game. Let me out. Find the temple on Ingovan. Like, this is the town. Like, it looks like just another piece of the same swamp.
These bandits will not leave well enough alone. The door bears an image of a snake. Her eyes are missing. Perhaps returning them here is the key to opening the way.
Like, who makes a door like this? Like, can you imagine whoever made this door? Like, you know what, like, how will people enter our temple? Like, back when it functioned, back when the whole town functioned, when the temple functioned normally, how are people going to enter our temple? Key? A hinge? No! We gotta find two freaking gems and put the gems in the eye sockets of the snake on the door. Like, who makes stuff like that? Okay, I guess this one is closer. So I should be going in this direction. Yeah, that's a lot of snakes. Okay, that shrine is nice, like throwing the crap when I attack. I don't know if it really does much, but I like the way it looks. Okay, find the serpent's eye. Where is it? Find the serpent's eye. Like find. Okay, I'm looking. I assume it's not going to be on a corpse. Oh, it was actually. It actually was on a corpse. Like the moment I said, I assume it's not gonna be on the corpse, I found it on a corpse. So no, the usual for me. The moment I complain about something, it happens. Clearly, I need to complain more. Even more. Oh, it's that sound again. Okay. I am helping you right now. Like, stop complaining. I am doing everything I can. I am helping you right now. Stop complaining, lady. Like, I can't be in two places at once. Was this quest made for two people? Or what? Okay, I keep mistaking the pressing J when I mean I. Yeah, that's some good stats that I would have picked up before, but now I need to do other things. Now I have the unique stuff that's apparently super good. That I got from like a second butcher sighting in 2 days. I've always been lucky with the games, and that was about all I've ever had luck with. Only been lucky with things that don't depend on any of my skill. Which is, you know, I suppose is all that luck is about. Okay, where is the other eye? What happened to you?
The villagers, those fools. They wouldn't listen when we demanded the chance to open the temple. That fun. It's the way of things.
Death found them? You mean you killed them? Death found them.
Four of us,
Pretentious asshole.
and I am soon to follow.
Okay, that's one way to die. And just shoots out a gem out of his chest. You know, at least like, you know, it's a way to die that, you know, people will remember. Like when you just die in your bed, just lying down, like nobody's gonna remember that. Nobody's gonna remember that. We're just like, yeah, that guy died, R.I.P. Goodbye. And when you die like dramatically, like people will remember you. When your last words in this world, are and you shoot out the gem out of your chest, everyone is gonna remember that, and they're gonna be telling the stories for generations. Not this guy though. This guy, nobody will remember this guy. But you know, other people would be remembered. When you live in a world where everyone explodes in gore when they die, screaming a little bit and shooting out a gem out of your chest might be less impressive. But when you live in a real world like ours, dying dramatically is like just about the best thing you can do to be remembered. So you know, when I know I am dying, I am planning on dying very dramatically. I am planning to die very dramatically, and like maybe take some people with me, or at least make people remember it. Like just do it like, you know, very dramatically. Like even if I'm in my bed and I'm sick and I know that I'm about to die, like I don't want to just, you know, just lie down and just and that's it. Just do something weird at the end so that people remember it. Like at the end, like the last words, just before I close my eyes, like I grab someone by the chest, I grab someone by the clothes, like pull them in, and I say, the truth is, I was the Zodiac killer. Like even though all of that happened before I was born. Or like, you know what? You know who I think did something like that? Buddha, you know, the laughing Buddha, the Chinese dude, the Chinese Diogenes, the laughing Buddha. Like I think he did something like that because his last words were reported to be like something about Maitreya. I forget. Like I'm gonna check that. I don't think I'm gonna get jumped by any monsters in here. Not Buddhas, Buddhais. I would say like I buried the treasure. Yes. Yes, Buddha. Maitreya, true Maitreya, divided into countless forms, constantly shown to people now, yet people do not know him. So like at the end of everything. Okay, I got the message that the chat wasn't sending for some reason. Yeah, we had some like weird chat. 27. Now we had 27 views. So like that's must be like some kind of record now. But like he like in his last words he goes and says like he suggests that he's Maitreya. Maitreya is supposed to be like this last Buddha that happens at the end of the world. So Buddha being the Chinese Diogenes,
Every few years,
he decides I'm not gonna die like some scrub. I'm never gonna just die peacefully in my bed. He was like, no, I'm gonna make people think that I'm the second coming of Jesus. Because that's roughly the same idea in Buddhism. That's roughly the same idea, Maitreya. He's the prophetic figure who comes in the future right before the end of the world. So this guy, he dies and he says, I'm gonna say something weird. I'm gonna say something to make them think that I'm the freaking second coming. So you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do right before I die? I'm gonna say, at least this time you didn't crucify me. That's what I'm gonna say. At least this time you didn't crucify me. So that people 100 years, people 1,000 years from now, are gonna go oh shit, was he the second coming? Turns out he didn't sneak around invisibly checking out churches. Turns out he was a impoverished dude in Central Europe. And he did nothing important. Nothing of any relevance to the world. Except his last word that he decided to say something weird. It is getting very late in here. Another blue. Okay, and I might which one would be the end? This one or that one? I'm gonna say this is not the end, and then maybe return if it is. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm really starting to run out of topics by now. Maybe this is the end. Okay.
This must be it.
Yeah, just press all the buttons. Come on, it's right there, that. Okay. Might as well finish the dungeon while we're here. Oh, but this is the way out. So no, I needed to. There was other places in the dungeon. Ah, okay, fine, whatever. Doesn't matter.
George, you found the incense. I'll keep it safe for us.
While you were gone, Timware warmed up to us. Well, to Lorath. He's surprisingly nimble with old women.
No row.
She says there's an altar. That's what the incense is.
Can you not wave your axe at people? It's an axe, okay? It can cut people, okay? So it's like gun safety 101. I know it's not a gun, but you shouldn't be waving your weapons at people like that. Come on, dude! I'm just one random dude just runs up to me and tries to stab me. Come on, just rude. And it feels I feel like there should be more. Okay, what time is it? Exactly 2. How much time do we have to finish stuff? I'm gonna do to the town to like dismantle stuff because I'm almost full out. Almost full up again. No, I'm going to the quest instead of to the town. Because I'm following the marker and I'm like getting too focused on following the marker and forget that I was actually going to town, and I can't make myself go to town through the marker. And there's like no one here. So it's not the wrong town. So I need to actually Zarben Z. Okay, not chair, don't sit down.
Can still use these. There's that.
Why am I getting hungry at this hour? I don't want to eat anything this late. I guess I'll dismantle this because I can't use it again.
Don't ruin all that work.
What do you mean? What do you even mean? Anyway. Don't ruin all that work. Lady, please. Okay, where do I go now? Donan and Wejinhani. I assume that's gonna be a town, so hopefully I discover a new town. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Hopefully I discover a new town and I can end the stream in the new town. And hopefully there are like some services in that town. And it isn't literally just a waypoint with like no people around it. Like the keep I just came out of. Okay. Path of Desperation. That's not very... That doesn't sound very promising. Path of Desperation. Flies. Nope, I did not mean to do that. I might as well go through the place properly. Huge remains. Very friendly sounding. Oh, chest. Nothing better than I have. Probably. Like, please be a town. Yes, it seems it's a town. Yes. Good.
I'll say it once more. Whatever it is you're looking for, we don't have.
Is there a problem?
Town doesn't seem to have anything that we need.
It has a blacksmith. I saw the icon.
There must be something. feel the magic in this swamp, and where there is magic, there are users of magic.
If a witch is what you want, go to the tower then. Fire's lit, she's home.
Sounds as though we go to meet the witch of the swamp. Be on guard.
Okay.
Saw smoke coming out of the tower this morning. She's been gone for so
Waypoint. Okay. Where is it? Is she in town? She's like just outside of town, so fine, I'll do that. Or you know what, like, yeah, I think that I think I continue with that. I think I continue with that next time, and be starting to finish stuff for today. So yeah, I'll check the reliquaries quickly. See if I can unlock stuff in here. I got my mount that I wanted to buy. I could like take this staff. I got 3. Get 3. How much did I need for more platinum? 5. So I might take 5 more for 100 more platinum, so that eventually some season I will be able to buy something with it. Here, okay, now I can unlock this one. No, this thing. How do I? Okay, I have to right click it. That's weird. Okay, so now I just need to collect the tokens, the Overwatch tokens, to unlock these 2, and then I'll be finished with the Overwatch thing, which I don't really care about, but you know, something to do. Okay. Okay, so I guess we are finishing for today. So yeah, I hope the stream was interesting. There was a few interesting topics. I hope you've been enjoying the talk today, talking about my book about Dune, about like literally theory about books. So I hope it was all interesting, not just for the 2 of us. This streamer at 30 views. I got 30 views by the end of it. It still says concurrent viewers 1, which is a little bit strange, because like concurrent viewers 1, it should mean that like it was like 1 person watching it, but like the 1 person watching it is here the whole time. So that's a little bit strange. I guess at like 2:20 I get exactly 2 hours 30 minutes, and I'm gonna sit here until it's exactly 2 hours 30 minutes. But yeah, like I said earlier, currently the Dune video is just barely winning on the poll, so anything can happen. So you know, if anybody's watching it, right, watching this right now, any viewers of the channels are watching, any vote on the poll may change the result. Who knows? Can still change the result. So do check out the poll and vote on it. But it's probably gonna be Dune. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope to see you next time.